Well, good morning, everybody out there. Again, this is Pastor Randy Carr from Beaver Dam Mennonite Church. So glad to see so many of you jumping on Facebook Live here as we go through our morning devotional. Um, man, I'm getting sick of all this craziness. But anyhow, we just need to hang on here. I want to talk a little bit today. We're gonna talk about just focusing and keeping our attention on God. So I want to start just by reading Deuteronomy 9 verses 11 through 14. I want you to look for parallels from what God was telling the Israelites to what is happening today in our world. It says, take care that you do not forget the Lord your God. When you have eaten your fill and have built up fine houses and live in them, and whether your herds and flocks have multiplied, your silver and gold is multiplied, and all that you have is multiplied, then do not exalt yourself, forgetting the Lord your God. Again, I ask, do you see any parallels in there? I mean, it's really hard not to. This was written when the Israelites, or written to the Israelites, after God had brought them out of slavery, and they wandered for 40 years in the desert, and now God is giving them this promised land. This land, the Bible describes it as land flowing with milk and honey, and that represents everything they need. I mean, everything they need. Listen to this. You shall eat your fill and bless the Lord your God for the land he has given you. It's so easy to focus on the negative and sit back instead of sitting back and trusting God through these crazy times. I mean, we have, let's be honest, we really have everything we need. You do. Those of you watching right now, you really have everything you need. And how can you say that, Pastor Randy? You don't know my situation. Man, if you have access to the internet and devices to get you on to be watching this, we really have our needs met. We might be struggling in the short term, but man, our needs are met. So we live in this prosperous, wealthy land. And I know things are crazy right now. And we live in this prosperous, wealthy land with relative safety, and yet things aren't perfect. But pay attention to those words. That when we have eaten, these words, when we have eaten our fill, and we have houses to live in, and our future is secure. I mean, we have food, and most of us have a little bit of money set aside or a plan for the future. Yet, God. You know, I honestly have trouble believing that what we're going through right now really isn't a warning from God. Like, hey, pay attention here. He's trying to get our attention, and I know he has mine through this, and I hope and encourage you guys all to just look for him and seek him. But is God saying, hey, I've overwhelmingly blessed you in your land, yet churches are struggling. The abortion clinics are thriving. They're still open when everything else is shut down. The family system I've designed is really being shredded. And maybe he's asking, or he's pointing out, are we more concerned with the God of self than with God himself? You know, whether this is a warning from God or not, let's just not forget him. I want to try to pop something up on your screen here, and I want you to say this with me. Let me see here. Let me try to get it. Let me try to get it up here. Let's read this together. Here we go. The Lord is our God, the Lord alone. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. I'm going to read that one more time. If you're there, just look close at the words. Read it with me. The Lord is our God, the Lord alone. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. You know, I'm going to end with that, guys. Hey, love him with all you have, and don't forget to love your neighbor as yourself as well. Have a great one. Love y'all. We'll see you tomorrow.